My friends, welcome to a very, very special rocket ship video. Because never have we ever reviewed a hater of someone. It's a specific category of a person. Now, he made it to almost 2 million subscribers. Not exclusively being a hater, by any means. Potentially giving credible commentary. Who knows, right? We're gonna get to explore that of what's going on. Maybe we like his channel, right? So there's gonna be a mix of three things. We're gonna have the anti-Asmongold Gold videos, which there might be like 5 of them. We're gonna watch the most popular and the latest videos. Trying to get what this channel has to offer. Asmongold Gold. How many videos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. The unseen impact. This guy's onto something, you know? Is what I'm thinking. Even puts Asmongold on a throne. Just brilliant idea. There's more to it. Ludwig is on a thumbnail. Relentlessly attacking React content, and it's quite interesting. Oh, yes. Relentlessly for a very long time. Very, very interesting. And maybe he's still missing a few puzzle pieces to be able to finish his journey, basically. Professional parasites. Sounds about right. It's a whole case on YouTube right now. And all I want to do is just chill and befriend this guy. The best way I know how is with a rocket ship. Alright? Friendship ain't gonna cut it. You know, it's not that easy across the internet. But rocket ship of watching someone's content relentlessly to understand where they're coming from and what they're up to, that I can do. Let us begin. DarkViper. Rise to, I don't know, my leaderboard. It's all my leaderboard, guys. So let's do this and do one of these. Shablam. Shablam. DarkViper hasn't reached 40 points yet, so bear with me. This is the guy in question, and I'm watching his videos about Asmongold. That's the first thing I want to do, because we're talking about dead mouse drama. Rats all across YouTube that are leeching the platform, basically. Taking advantage of unfair metagames or whatever. It does depend on, right now, on people's perspective, because YouTube is not going to change too much. People just have to shift their focus. Cancel culture activates so we can refresh celebrities and get better ones potentially. Who knows? We don't know what happens when we successfully cancel a bunch of people. We might get better creators. It is very interesting because this guy is actually sitting on a lot of subscribers and does not need to necessarily attack other YouTubers for clout, for the usual shit. So it's actually very interesting content that we're gonna watch.
To live, and I actually took.
He makes a very, very drastic, extreme examples. If I shoot someone, if someone dies, oh boy.
Had a tumor, so he lives even longer than he would have if I had shooting all the other.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's the first key puzzle piece that he's missing. He has to approach it in less of an extreme matter of just slowly grinding down Asmongold's mishabits, right? Just questioning is good enough. You don't have to come at him. You don't have to talk about shootings, because that is brain damage for sure. Americans have to be very careful with that, using shooting as an example of anything. They have the privilege to shoot each other. I mean, it's crazy, but it's a privilege. It's not a good storytelling tool. First thing we have to put on the table is success justification. People do that all the time. Whenever they get success, they want to defend it as best as they can. And Asmon's Gold is definitely going to do that. He's going to justify his actions no matter what. So that's what we're up against. We're always up against those type of people who sit comfortably with tons and tons of fame. This guy is respectable because he wants the fame to trickle down a little bit more, right? I completely understand that. We're also up against streamers. And yes, again, we're up against this guy in particular at the moment. And I don't necessarily hate Aspen Gold, but we're gonna leech him. He has 4,000 points. Getting leeched is the way to go up. If this guy is a badass hater, because he picked a target, he did the right thing, he picked a target, we can leech. We can go rocket ship really hard this time. This never happened before on this channel. Let's see what happens.
Also, to get a bit technical, subscribers are not a great metric for channels as most people don't watch content through their subscription feed. They are instead fed content through their recommendations, which...
Well, that hurts. I don't want to acknowledge that. I want people to actually be clicking subscription box relentlessly. And you have to have a bookmark for that, a button. Because YouTube does not provide that button, subscription buttons. It's hard to get for free, but once you establish it, I click it all the time. I have things that I follow, and I want people to do the same thing. So I will not acknowledge that people just watch recommendations. Maybe it's a 50-50 split, and it benefits small channels to lean towards recommended style of content rather than being a personality that people will have already discovered and have attached to. That is not going to be good for you when you start YouTube. You have to start from making new friends, basically, or enemies.
which won't change. So if you say nothing, or you're unaware of what I'm doing, I'll just assume full consent. I mean, they haven't said...
That is the way of anarchy. But anarchy is allowed to exist, unfortunately. And you cannot stop that. If people don't hate on Asmongold and his reputation doesn't fall apart, yeah, he gets free consent. You can pull down your pants, shit in the middle of the street if nobody says anything to you, and nobody calls the cops on you. Guess what happens? You got away with it. You know, people just let you do it. Anarchy is something that I have to suffer from because I live in Europe. The anarchical thinking can settle down in many places. Like, rats can fucking jump in. Like, I have Flat 11, the notorious place below me, doing shitty things. Alright? All of a sudden, because rats settled in, rats can settle in on YouTube as well. And if we don't stop them, if we don't confront them and tell that whatever the fuck they're doing is bad, they will continue doing it because they got away with it. That's the whole thing, right? And we cannot treat DarkViper as like know everything guy, that he will solve all the problems. In fact, he seems to be missing a lot of puzzle pieces and going a little bit too much of an Icarus. I don't know how Icarus is actually spelled, but I translate in my language as to war. You go to war way too fast. Karas ira is war in my language. So, Icarus. You just go to war without thinking of, like, you need better equipment, you have to have strategy, you have to have a long-term dedication to it. This guy doesn't know what he's doing right now. And that's cool. At least he's gonna try, you know.
No.
But he cannot hold himself in high esteem after saying crazy things, absurd things, and exaggerating things because he's upset for some reason. Like now we have to actually dissect DarkViper so damn much in order to be able to understand if he's definitely legit. It felt legit. It felt pretty badass overall. Like he has information that could be useful in this situation. He is trying to dethrone the king of potential rats. Potentially every streamer is a fucking rat because their job is to just fill in time as best as they can, but they spend so much of other human time as well with questionable returns, questionable reasons to make them feel this parasocial satisfaction. It is hard to believe that this shit exists sometimes.
Yeah.
No, there's a good solution to all of this. These rats who become like super big and juicy, you just dethrone them. You just knock them down. That's it. That's all that has to happen. This happens every single time. When the scammer becomes big enough, we put him down. And this has nothing to do with Americans shooting each other. This has something to do with people harvesting subscribers for many, many years, becoming way too big on the platform, and has to step aside so other people can grow. You know, they're stealing so much time and attention. And that's the big thing that, you know, Viper is going to get to. But right now, his argument's a little bit, you know, annoying, I would say. Because Asmongold can just defend himself so easily by saying what he says. It just happened. That's why he still stands and doesn't get into drama and just like cool with it.
Get stream. Don't you understand? Sure, I'm making millions off other people's stuff, but they get the crumbs that fall from my mouth. How am I the bad guy here?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
we need
that.
to think.
Say the way that I react to videos. I don't want to like rate reactions, okay? But there's a reason why people get mad that I put on a Bellier video, because if it's 18 minutes, the reaction's going to be 45.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad. Because we want to see the highlights. We want to see what's actually important. For me, Asmongold is kind of a slop creator that is interested in cool things, I guess. Every now and then, but I cannot possibly be subscribed to the dude because he is definitely a spammer. The only question is he a scammer too? Or just straight up a rat? Waiting to be defeated. Waiting to be dethroned. That's what rats do. They just wait. They do that bad behavior and wait for the right opponent to show up because they know it's gonna happen.
Used to help create something new or merely copied verbatim into another work. Verbatim means in the exact same words as they were used originally.
Exactly, you should avoid going outside of fair use. And because there's like 4 rules, I like that. We can put it in a square. Let's fucking go. The number 4 has been mentioned. So, the first thing is that Asmongold has to, you know, put pressure on his content instead of, oh, I made streaming content, and that streaming content is definitely going to be 100% useful for YouTube. That's what it is. That's what's happening here. It's a YouTuber versus streamer, basically. We have a problem. We have a problem of these things not mixing well with each other. And streamers taking way bigger toll on YouTube than anything else we have ever witnessed. Streamers are leeching the platform left and right. And I don't think Asmongold has a good enough fucking case for himself to justify that he's not just another leech on this platform. Where we all should try and create fair use content that actually is different. In order to use other people's content, we have to truly just mix it all together to make our own soup out of it, our own flavor. instead of just sit there and pretend that whatever reaction we have is like very much important.
if we were sitting on
Yeah, this is very good.
the exact example, if you watch an entire Belial video on stream and then put it on YouTube, I would have no reason to watch the original because I've already bloody seen it. The nature of the
It is just absolutely fascinating to me how streamers are the leeches of YouTube. Like, this phenomenon has to be widely discussed right now. Because it's scary, bro.
copyrighted work, Asmund is literally taking everything.
Substantiality. Alright. So the first thing that has to happen is transforming the content so it's you can actually own it. Where it's a part of a much bigger video, right? If you steal content, that's how it's supposed to look like. The next thing is that this could still be a music video. It could still be substantial in terms of quality, right? So you have to make sure that you don't fall into that trap.
To the same
So yeah, I completely stand behind this guy, and he's onto something, you
need
know?
to take the content that you took. If you're watching a Belial video, is the entire video necessary for your opinions on the topic? No. You can quite easily do what you used to do and make YouTube videos and communicate the exact same opinions to the same effects, but that would take more time to doing some other people's videos.
Yes, it's laziness that's
Videos.
justification. It's so fascinating to me. Now, it is a dangerous game to play because we're gonna up the quality. Once we get rid of leeches and we understand the rules that have to be enforced and who is breaking the rules, the life on YouTube is going to get a lot more complicated. I can probably handle that shit, but a lot of people gonna, scream and yell of how they just can't do what they were doing previously. And I can't wait to see that, to be honest. Screaming and yelling. I'll react to that. No, I accidentally summoned Pokemon. No!
Gone through the 4 criteria. Do you really think Asmongold sitting in a chair, watching a video and pausing it every once in a while constitutes fair use? Is that the society that you want to live in?
Absolutely not.
Do you think copyright...
Not exactly. I don't want Asmongold to be so fucking popular on a platform where he doesn't belong. You know? He can do his thing in a fucking streaming world, but it does not mix. And it turns him into a leech. That's my stance currently.
Watch it in full.
Now, a good example or argument against this is that if you liked the video that you saw, you would still follow the creator and whatnot. There's still exposure out of this. And if Asmongold does his job properly, then from a streaming world, he can still send viewers into the YouTube world. That's great. But when he also has a YouTube channel, things just kind of fall apart very quickly because people just gonna subscribe to him and ignore all the YouTubers, basically. That's how things go really funny, really fast.
Asmongold reacted to one of my videos before, and it pretty much converted into no numbers.
Well, that's because you had a shitty video. I remember your video. Your video was stupid.
Oh no!
You're
get some better exposure.
So yeah, this is a very interesting tactic Asmongold is on about. It's like, I feel like it's more of a move the goalpost, right? Of like, oh, that didn't work out. Well, actually, your video was stupid. Yay! Asmongold winner all the time. Just move the goalpost. What's the next video? Part 2 out of 3? Hubba.
Sentiment that I saw. It kind of makes sense to me that the average person is not thinking about the method of content creation or how it's made.
Yeah. People don't understand, and people are very rude until they start making their own content, realizing that nobody gives a fuck about them, and everyone cares about all these skivvy faces that they are attached to relentlessly. It's insane. And we are dependent on those faces to give us the crumbs of the floor. Excuse me, that's some crazy behavior right there. That's some crazy establishment. It's definitely an establishment of a Rat King. I can't see it any other way.
watch me editing videos and they'll go, oh my god, I had no idea how much work went into videos. It's a lot of work. So
I also am trying to be lazy and avoid that work. I'm trying to bridge the gap between streaming and making highly edited videos by having the magical pause button crazy, and maybe AI is gonna help somehow as well to turn a video that's normally pretty bad into something worth watching.
doing, and then
Like, for example, if I pause the video, I want maybe my face to show up automatically, all these things. We can't be lazy as long as the technology for making content is pretty high quality, right? I try to up the quality by introducing the influence tracker and all that shit. I made it, okay? I built it. It took me a long time. I don't want editing because editing is just leeches my time. Like, yes, I get pity points for doing a lot of work, but I have to do a lot of work. That's fucked up. That is definitely not a sustainable strategy for a proper creator, even. And I am trying to push myself to a much higher level than a creator. I want to rule the platform one way or the other. I don't know how much say YouTube CEO will have when he has the say, but we'll find out together, guys.
343 hours of work.
So here's the discrepancy between certain creators and Asmongold, who is established. Now, of course, it's a talent show, all right? And you have to prove yourself, and it's very tough. Especially when your video doesn't even get picked, and when there's only one king on the throne sitting there and choosing which videos to watch and what's not to promote certain creators, right? It's tough, right? Proving your talent is a very, very tough situation, and people have to humble themselves down when we are attacking these potential rats, potential criminals, and the shadows of the platform that really block the sunlight for everyone else. If Asmongold's case, where he's actually genuinely giving people exposure, is correct, which is the counter case, right, to ours, then we're good. You know, we're good. See, the problem in this case is there's a third wheel, third direction, not just two sides. The third direction is always technological or lack of technology to solve the problem. In order to solve the problem, we just have to, you know, be more willing to click on faces and thumbnails that we don't understand, just randomize content. I don't know how long it's taking, but YouTube just still cannot just throw random videos at you almost against your will. Autoplay videos were a thing, but like, Jesus Christ. Can I just click something random? You know? A random button, a question mark button. Can YouTube just give me something AI powered? A decision that's AI powered to give me the maximum of something, of like gamer satisfaction or maximum skill improvement, maximum update on the news, like whatever. I'm just clicking a button. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Surprise, motherfucker. Where is that? YouTube does not have enough features to actually counter Asmongold's existence. That's my problem. Which is why instead of getting into this pointless drama, I want power to change things for the better. I will strive to be the third direction in every single two-sided battle, basically. Because that's pathetic. It's a waste of time, pretty much.
Content himself, even
Yeah, he pays them nothing.
as fast as they did, it would take themselves.
You can copy and paste all of my content. I don't care, because my content does not take that long to produce. It took me one day 1 full day, technically, maybe half a day. Because I can pump like 2 videos a day. Let's just call it 8 hours of effort on most of my videos. I'm low enough on the spectrum that anyone can copy and paste my videos. All I'm doing is just talking anyways.
Even on Twitch, it shouldn't be done, but I'm not really concerned about what people do on Twitch in the same way that I'm really concerned about Asmongold producing 200 fucking videos of other people's content on YouTube.
Or any of these other shows where you basically
Oh yeah, America's funny videos. Oh yeah, there's a criteria called compilation. This guy is digging his own grave by making shitty fucking arguments. It pisses me off, right? The only thing he has going with his rat face. Shit, I can't look at it without, oh my god, bro. The only thing he has going is he hopefully gives enough credit. Just like Sniper was attacked for not giving credit. You gotta give that credit, man. You just gotta give credit. You gotta label with an emoji, God knows what, that video is good or bad. That whatever you're reacting is good or bad. Like, you gotta give something, bro. You gotta give that gold emoji. I'll show you guys. There's 2 emojis. There's the coin emoji that I have. There's the yellow circle emoji. Like, come on, dude, just give something to these fucking people. Indicates, flash your fucking lights. Do the bat signal to make sure that people deserve to be praised, or, you know, just send them haters too. Who fucking cares, right? That's the solution that he has to actually uphold. We're actually finding a reason to hate Asmongold and not just go for the third direction. That's pretty big.
people
Where's that
reacting or
story?
watching
Let's go level 3, baby.
If you can forgive me. Having now spoken to Asmongold
Let's go, bro.
and many of his guys, they wouldn't bother doing it like speedrunning content creation.
Yeah, this is the reason why I chose this sort of content creation in the first place. I'm speedrunning content creation to actually attack these people at the same time. I'm standing on their fucking foreheads, basically. While these people gonna be existing, I will have zero pressure of whatever content I'm making. No one's gonna have a problem with that. So I'm not the lowest denominator, you know, of putting the lowest amount of effort. There are worse actors right now, and I am fully taking advantage of that right now.
10-minute video that showcases 100 hours of quality, who presented it to people 3 million times trying to get them to click it. If this stolen content wasn't here, that exposure would have been used to help other YouTubers, shrinks around them, to benefit
I love that.
only the React users. So back to the analogy. Would you use a stolen video to take a tiny bit of recommendation exposure from everyone on YouTube without their consent? It's even worse though, because eventually you have to join them one way or another. If you are also not reacting to content yourself, you are
That is the key point. You have to join the evil to some extent. It's just how bad it is. You have to try. I mean, I have this never-ending drama of noise around me, and I try to join, you know, I try to jump on their fucking heads for 2 hours. They didn't let me. They didn't let me join the noise army, basically. And it's kind of beautiful, because I can use that against them of like, oh, too much noise.
producing less content.
Next on the list. So already a very, very good introduction, but it's still like two-sided, right? With the solution being that Asmongold needs to give more credit, just like Sniper Wolf needed to give more credit. What if this gets worse?
Recommended section.
It's fucking little bitch.
Even among those
Fucking self-awareness. Look at that shit.
who dislike playing a game with our online creator ecosystem where everyone loses except the reactors work hard to make something, someone has been willing to take it and thus avoid the effort and cost required to produce it in the first
Called the definition of theft.
place. At stealing work.
See, it's all principles kind of fall apart when you just, you know, look at who's at the top of the pyramid, who's running the show, who's stealing all that they want to steal. You know, they can react to every single video that they want to steal more attention for themselves. They keep themselves at the top of the pyramid with very minimal effort, basically. It's not even a fair battle against React channels.
Those who do the
However, I still argue that a middle ground has to be reached, not just complete, let's praise the hard-working people mentality. Nah, I can't do that either. Neither of these are gonna win the battle. Again, there's two sides. There's a hard-working side to things, and there are the lazy bastards who get away with things type of side. There's definitely a balanced opinion about this. While everyone is doing the tug of war, you shouldn't be doing that. In the center, you don't have to do anything. They can't take that away from you. Once you're balanced, you're out of the system of drama and conflict, basically.
believe themselves Picasso because
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The end of this spectrum is absolutely sludge. You want to put just enough effort to own something, but not too much effort to have it potentially wasted.
the original. This
Yeah, Asmund Gold, it feels like a generic homeless person who just found an exploit in the system. Holy shit.
the identifiable because
The reason why reaction content is even a thing, well, first of all, obviously, is because they rip off high quality content, but at the same time, people just want to chill and hang out with a creator. Oh, wait, that's not what's going on. React with some dude. Hang out with some dude. It's weird, bro. When something is overly produced, it feels like it loses the soul a little bit. It loses relatability. But when something is too relatable, it can become evil. Because it's just so easy that it becomes evil and effortless.
the title is effectively the same as the original, you have
Oh boy.
no reason to someone simply presenting another person's.
That is just pure disrespect right there. It's so fucking disgusting.
The algorithm tries to judge not just how much time you will spend watching that video, but also how likely you are to watch more videos after that first one. Else's.
Already the dude has swung back away from the... He took away attention from Asmongold to himself. Congratulations.
We are effectively
Although I wouldn't actually directly give to Asmongold because that would be weird.
running into those creators. These, whatever it is, your goal is becoming an entire enterprise with dozens of people working for them.
All right, so we are hiring a full-time writer, full-time social media coordinator, full-time executive assistant.
You can do it yourself, you can pay someone to do it for you, or you can steal a YouTube video, managing as well as the financial expense, but end up with the same end products.
See? You can do it the same product but cheaper. That's so much better. I think there should be a rule that if you don't have that many subscribers, you can react to the video, but if you have more than the subscribers, you probably should just, like, get the fuck out of here.
Time spent with stress and potential.
We should allow reactors to become a part of the system, basically. But we can't let reactors be popular. Fucking hell, dude.
For burn
Into this.
days, weeks, months, it's sometimes hard to guess. But given
But someone will piggyback you in the end when you get success.
roughly the duration
Fucking Pac-Man, boy.
of the videos, or $3,100 an hour for
See, that's pretty
watching
cool.
these YouTube videos. They already seem like a lot, but it's actually
in 1,200 hours or more.
1,200 hours.
When he corrupted
That is 50 days of work.
my drive,
you can see quickly why reactors have an advantage in this industry. Asmongold has hundreds of people money, having a relationship or pay for. Successful reactors abuse parasocial relationships, people's ignorance of the platform. Perhaps you've heard the quote, "If I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter." It takes his opinion on it. But what's the video? He can react to several. He can obviously also do this every single day. Now, who is more likely to bring themselves a greater amount of exposure, views, and revenue? Each of the individual YouTubers with 1 week's worth of labor and therefore 1 video, or Asmongold with 7 live streams and over.
This is what we're talking about right now. Some people are platforms. Some people are so much bigger than a regular YouTuber that they become a platform. But this is the platform that you guys have, you know, fed into. Asmongold. Is that the guy? Is that the guy you like the most? Isn't there another guy? Maybe someone else that could react better? This is why a war has to start against Asmongold. A fucking war. Not one YouTuber has to speak out, but many. And they would find themselves in a drama that's actually worthwhile. Worthwhile fighting for this thing. Because one fucking reactor can leech all of these YouTubers. That's what we're talking about here. That's the kicker right there.
40 attempting to attract to themselves viewers from the same general finite markets. Who is more likely to end up with the most at the end of the week? Not just the people he steals. You are supporting, increase, and rewarding them for not working with content creation. Instead, engage with the recommendation.
We literally found COVID on the YouTube.
Algorithms as normal ended up in other places.
That's crazy.
Actors are not.
Effort matters. Unfortunately, effort matters. Because it's proof of work. It's proof that you put in time. That you cannot just spam AI-generated bullshit. But in this case, it's a very old school case of just reacting, just low effort crap. Being a sniper wolf, she brings up TikToks from another platform. You won't be able to find it on YouTube. So she's actually spreading the influence of TikTokers onto here. That's pretty good. What Asmongold is doing, however, is literally competing against the videos that he's watching and leeching from them directly. It's absolutely insane.
Of that type of content. What if the crumbs that fall from the reactor
I love this. This is such a joke,
to
bro.
the reactee are bigger than any potential
The crumb has fallen.
loss
No.
the reactee will experience. Millions of
This is such a big deal on the platform that is literally left wing versus right wing once again. But YouTube style. Politics YouTube style.
reaction videos would anyone else. With the subscriber count, as much smaller gaming that Josh is losing to advertise something, the amount of people who take it upon that if this is the case. What meant to do. The second problem is that reactors are the direct competitors to the reactees. They are not trying as you or someone else need to watch together. So if an algorithm has no reason to see. So people who watch the original video have a higher chance to be recommended the reaction, but people who watch the reaction don't have any reason to be recommended the original. If you've seen the reaction, you'll ignore the impression for the original video as there's nothing new for you in it. But if you might not ignore the impression for the react, sick ain't it? This is the game of how Asmongold can draw your audience to him, but not have it flow back the other way, and not as important for him, even for a channel as established feed. It is also one of the reasons why you can find many multi-million subscriber channels that get no views on their videos. To entry. As a rule, it's clicked.
I wish this was fixed in a very weird fashion where React content becomes attachment. Basically, you click a button and I get to see people's reactions to a particular episode or whatever. But otherwise, React content would be just completely prohibited in the way it is. Or Asmongold would just get nuked personally. Content nuked. We're preparing a nuke, guys. Let's go.
Such problem is that React blown up months, if not years. Most reactors.
I think it's just checkmate at this point. Now, the convenience is what fucking drives me crazy because, like, a reactor reacting to all the things in the world makes such convenience to try and keep up with the news, but they steal also everything at the same time. It's crazy. So he's a good creator and a bad creator at the same time. The only difference is effort. Effort that could mask before he gets fucking hit by a nuke, you know? Mask him, shelter him, basically, this Rat King.
React to Josh.
I don't know, I made a claim that if you have like less than 1.5 mil subs, then you don't deserve to watch. Or if you have too many subs, you don't deserve to watch people who are lower than you. But at the same time, it's kind of the opposite. I think the opposite is more true. Because leeching already successful content is so much easier.
Strife Hayes to his viewers new.
The problem with that is that, what about me? Can I leech? So I'm not sure about, in terms of numbers, what kind of rule applies that simplifies the situation here.
Content. But in regards to the only reason to do it is it is just
This is the moment.
an attempt to gain self-benefit. Why aren't all creators adamantly against React content?
Here you go. They have been fooled, lied to. Oh my god. They have been in Penn and Teller fool us and got fucking fooled by magic trick.
Goes directly under the reactors, losing your video as fodder for their care about people, and I care about this industry. I further despise abuses of power.
That's what it is, guys. Abuse of power.
And I suppose that a good practice within it. Society markets substitutes for the original. If you see the reaction, you have no reason to watch the original, and the idea what
Yeah, you should still be able to leech big videos, to react to big videos, just because those videos are already big. Yeah, I think that way is fine. If you have 1.5 million subs, you can still watch a 2 million view video, but you cannot cross the line. Too many subs? Sorry, buddy. You have to stick with the viral bullshit that's going on. And you have, every time you, this is actually a very good rule, I think. Very, very, very good rule.
to this video, while I can system and bring them to Twitch so you can average look at the largest creators.
Only when there's a button to get random will it work. Everything else, too much unnecessary information. You just gotta click get random video. Like, that's the only way. TikTok fucking figured it out in an instance and wiped YouTube's smirk off their faces.
Is first, and no one even reads them. In any category, all the streams are effectively random nonsense that do not communicate what they're about until you click them.
Yeah, it doesn't even give information.
Twitch is not necessarily the most skilled or the most entertaining, but those who can simply be live the longest.
Oh my god, are we talking about Hunger Games?
There are actually
Streaming is like fucking weird place, I'm just saying.
a
bro.
very not due to his ability to
Oh my god, XQC just made this video so much better.
stare silently at YouTube videos for everyone else receives on the planet. How hard you work or how talented you are, you're not going to beat the guys with no conscience who can steal the talents of thousands of people in a system designed to keep them successful. Just get screwed.
Yeah, literally, Twitch is a big problem to YouTube. It's a big
But the
deal.
YouTube, if reaction
It's a big antagonist, basically. The moment we defeat Twitch is the moment YouTube fucking gets a salvation moment.
succeeding,
If you're streaming YouTube video or streaming in YouTube and streaming a YouTube video, all the viewers should also translate to viewership on your video as well. Like, YouTube could handle its own streaming bullshit, but it should prevent Twitch from just streaming videos on. I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe there's some kind of fucking hack around it, or you just nuke other creators somehow, ban them from having YouTube presence forever, basically. Threaten them, basically. I don't know. But this is really bad.
thus they need additional. Oh. JXE was reacted to by Hassan Piker in front of 30,000 people and got an extra 180 views. No, you heard me correctly, 180. Bismuth got reacted to in front of 12k people and got 50 views. Willie Mac Show got reacted to by Moist Critical in front of 20,000 people and got 100 views.
When Critical reacted to my video on stream, I received around an extra 100 views on that video.
Numbers get when it's just a normal video from the original and give to the viewer. Whoa, this game looks fun. Where do I get it? Moreover, content made about video games actually has to be made. It takes effort to make content from us. You can't just boot up the video game and let it run itself. This is not the case with video games. They fear a copyright strike or community backlash. You have found them stealing from your house and they stopped because they were worried you would call the cops. They obviously don't give back anything that they stole, and they then wait until the heat dies down and go back to reacting. In the same way that Charlie said he'd stop reacting to videos, but he went right back to doing it anyway.
Look at this little rat. He's so good at reacting that he went skibbity instead. He went earlier than others.
Once you
The worst part is that he's reacting to Powerpuffs, and that's just like illegal, bro. Get a girlfriend already.
the same way you believe in trickle-down economics, that if
I believe in Monopoly, though.
the rich get richer,
Monopoly meta. Where one strategy wins over others. Because the game is not balanced.
from reaction.
Luckily in gaming, you're only competing for fun. And some people forget that shit. Sometimes you get resources and that's fun to do. Sometimes you get wins. And a trophy in the end for playing metagame garbage. But in real life, when there's a Monopoly meta, I'm sorry, bro. We're gonna be really upset when things need to, fucking change.
It always will be to have it all.
I love it, how I ended up in this rabbit hole, basically. And Asmongold shot himself in the foot, basically, by introducing that he has a relentless hater who has been at him for like 4 years of like, wait, if you have haters, I need to know what they're up to, and this guy is just brilliant, of course. I'm like, you put me on the right track now.
And they make it easier for them to maintain and increase that success to the detriment of those who have yet to obtain it. I believed this to be true before I became rich and successful, and I believe it even more so now that I'm both. I despise such aspects of life, and React content to me is just one more example of it. At the end of the day, I'm not saying every single person who has ever watched another person's video is somehow equivalent, but watching other creators' content shouldn't be a fundamental part of your business strategy as it is for reactors, or the furthering of the
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let's not make a conclusion. You should be a reactor if it's easy and it gives a good benefit, gives a good yield to people around you. But when you become popular, now we're talking about a disease. Again, you should start losing privileges when you gain more and more subscribers. Some kind of privilege should be lost. I would almost, again, love for these people to be forced to watch smaller creators. And maybe small creators have a privilege of watching, like, what's the maximum amount of views a video can get? 1 trillion views. So if you have 10 subscribers, you can only watch 100 million, making the math divisible, right? Once you have 1,000 subscribers, you can only watch videos with 1 million views, and so on, basically. I'm still looking for that special rule. So Asmongold is forced to watch my content, basically. That's all I want. Suck a dick in a dark alleyway for views. But it's beautiful, it's art. He knows how to do it. He knows how to drill into deeper cores of YouTube and find his niche, content. Slowly and surely, you have to up your level instead of lower your level and become more mainstream. Or maybe you can choose either path. I don't know. But something has to halt this endless fucking growth of these people. And there's no real good way to put it together besides the gaming meta can be so disturbing where everyone is doing the same thing because it's so beneficial for them to do. It's so good to just react to other people's content because you don't have to do shit yourself. The real question is how to solve this in the most elegant way, right? Lastly, we have this.
tangent, but trust me, it's very do that and then take the end.
The only thing that reactors can actually offer is morality, right? They are genuinely good people. What it takes to uphold morality is up for debate, but I think it's the greatest value that you can just sit and do nothing. Just like go to church and take people's money just for saying a script, basically. Putting on some clothes, saying a script, gospel, bro. You get the money. It's a very shitty job, I would say. In terms of, you know, being a creator, which is funny, like in a church, you're not being a creator. That's very funny. You do have power, and again, you sit on a very comfortable throne. And it's very nice for Asmongold to just show how comfortable it is so someone else can take it.
Because someone else has already.
Usually there's something that reactors. Yes, reactors. There's X Factor or any other show where you just have reactors sitting there, but they are judges. They are serious people, right? The question is, who gets to be the judge? What kind of values do you have to bring to the table to have this privilege in the first place? And how much should we cut off of people just doing a lazy, sloppy job of reacting in the first place? When it comes to the spectrum, where do we cut? Right? Pokemon is gonna be our cut, because potentially Asmongold would not get touched by that. Maybe Jack's films would be the cut. He really wants to be, and he wants to up his game slowly and surely, you know, putting Asmongold under a lot of pressure potentially. And that would be very interesting.
More opinionated, or
Really, he's uploading more and more videos. This is so disturbing.
did
Actions are taking away views from the original videos.
as a summation of the objections to reaction content, this is simply poorly done.
It's absolutely genius. The amount of work he put in, like everyone else look like also rats. I mean, in comparison. People who just don't understand better, who have lack of judgment when it comes to this situation, because holy shit, is this bad?
Or fairness, if you like. Judge explained the criteria purpose. Reactors do not know what is in the video beforehand. They are not taking some specific aspect of it for some specific purpose, and are therefore constantly showing content they have no use for. They are not making a differentiated work because all they're doing is watching a video and pausing it occasionally.
Reacting to a video where
Make that content will be what infinite success.
Yeah, it's like, it's so fucking pathetic to stand up and do all these graphics when Asmongold is just gonna look at it and be like, yup, that's what's happening. It is really tough situation when you let low effort people win over. Because you're also reducing the incentive of a lot of things. Like you're trashing the platform in so many ways.
in the market.
And the dude is putting so much effort, which is not proportional with Asmongold's efforts.
Not considering the
It's one thing to be skibbity face on the internet. It's another to be skibbity face on other people's thumbnails.
impact
Jesus
of all
Christ.
reaction videos. Today there is a spot where his face and videos would have been shown, but he just gets
Oh, you just got skibbidied.
edge can never compete with its alpha. In the period where in other words, if Asmongold getting half as many views as the original to getting 6 times as many views. If Nukrit is an honest person, it's very strange for him to make this video and at no point seek to do this analysis with another creator as well. Like he obviously had every ability to compare other people's videos to the reactions that are done by Asmongold. Consistent, as his video or care about them if they algorithm. The viewer, anyone who's even slightly interested in this. We can now compare this very normal state of affairs to what happens for anyone who watches Asmongold, who never runs out of high quality videos. Never. Even a person dedicated their
That's what I'm talking about. He's a platform. Just like I'm trying to be a platform. I know what it's like to serve so much content that People will not run out of content to watch.
limited. I can guarantee you that catalog. His viewers have commented on my videos explaining that their recommendation algorithm is completely screwed up and they just use him as their recommendation algorithm, which just digs them further into that hole. When people would talk about his reactions on Twitch, he would say, sure, I do react to the occasional video on Twitch, but I don't post them to YouTube. That's just fan channels. That's nothing to do with me. It's not me, I swear. He knew it was scummy then. He knows it's scummy now, but it's so much money, so much growth, and it's so easy. Receive benefit, but the Flash, these
My personal solution is cut in half. There are many reasons to cut a YouTube channel in half, and if we find a good reason, we do it. If we label a YouTube channel as reactor, they're probably going to get cut in half. If they're a bad reactor, they're probably getting cut in half twice. And there might be more, like scummy reactor of just reacting to the entirety of the video. Scummy. Cut in half once more. For various reasons, we can cut his channel in half and a half. Whether there's going to be bumps, 2x bumps, maybe for small creators, I don't know. But the best thing you can do is diminish the power of these giant creators and signal to everyone that their powers are diminished. The power to cancel people. That's what I want. And that's just... it sits in my head forever now.
algorithm is equally confident that they
It's funny how Jax Films was not collaborating with this guy. Because he would have had much more insight on what's going on.
would in this series in general. My interest has never been in Asmongold specifically, but the phenomenon of reaction content in general. It is just that coincidentally, he has always somehow managed to be the easiest avenue in which to discuss it. Although I guess that's in part because of how much he does it and how blatant he is with it, like he has no shame. Unfortunately, I feel as though he can scam anyone if he feels he can get away with it. It has people like Nukrit to try and rationalize how
Those tweets, bro, they fucking hit me in the face.
there are hundreds going on
Bro actually admits in being a scammer?
thousands of
Like, you can't. I can't, bro. What the fuck? Scam. Fucking scam artist. Oh my god, bro.
exploits. Sure, in such a video because, you
Damn, that was something for sure. And we still have extra time to check his actual content. Or just respect one piece of content that's like not 2 hours long, please. Oh my god, it's so niche that I hate it so much. It's all GTA related or something? Uh-oh. Well, I cannot be subscribed. That's for sure.
know, it's always good to have
Yeah, I don't like his content, unfortunately. Which make things a little awkward. See you guys next. I wish it would have worked out. I wish he was like a respectable man on top of being a critic to Asmongold, but it's a little bit more awkward than that. And I can't even explain it exactly. I don't think... he's a unique person for sure. Thank you for watching. Rocket ship out.